Yo, this is a Keys welcoming you to the first edition of Throw Away the Keys. This is the pilot of what I hope becomes an important part of the Midwest fabric, especially here in Columbus. We're coming up on 100 episodes of To the Drummer's Beat, the official Flypaper Magazine podcast, and to push the culture a little bit more, I'm going to be soliciting different cultural change agents to throw out key tidbits and wisdoms from their life, their career, and their art in one-on-one video-style interviews. Shout out to my videographer and producer Charles and my audio guy DJ Enigma. If this is your first time tuning in, I want to invite you to listen to the Drummer's Beat, which you can subscribe to on iTunes or your favorite Android's podcast app. We are also on SoundCloud and always flypapermagazine.com. For this first episode, I got Darrio Lamont, one of the heads of the Magna Media Group, who is also an Ohio hip-hop veteran. I hope you find some jewels from our candid conversation because, like I like to say, keys open doors. I appreciate you coming through. You know what I mean, to do all this stuff. I know I kind of talked to you about it a little bit, but
No doubt.
like basically, you know, To the Drummer's Beat, like To the Drummer's Beat's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's doing crazy numbers right now. It's in a beautiful spot.
That's beautiful.
But I really wanted to create a space for us to just go in and like really delve into the stories of the different artists that are, well, not even artists really. There's definitely going to be a huge focus on the musicians, but like culture change agents, like people that are out here. That
what you call them?
Culture. I don't even think I made that up. Like, please don't.
No, but just say it again.
Culture change agents.
I like that.
I feel like that's Mr. King JD came up with that.
All right. Culture
If he
change.
didn't come up with it, he's the first person I heard say
That's
it.
dope.
But just people that's out here like really like helping to like establish the building blocks here in Columbus and like change the way that we look at the city. And I wanted to have like those type of one-on-one conversations and everything. You know, I've been trying to have you on the podcast for a long time.
Amen.
You know, what I mean, a long time. So really, I wanted to make sure that the moment was right.
We're here now.
When we came up with the idea for this, it's like, yo, I know exactly who I need the first guest to be and everything. And that was Darrio Lamont. You know what I mean? Head of Magna Media and all that jazz. So. Yeah, I mean, I guess with all that being said, like that's how Throw Away the Keys like came about.
Okay.
And that's what this is, Throw Away the Keys, episode
Dope.
1.
Dope.
Yeah, so
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
We brought in. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. I'm
Yes,
glad
sir.
you're bringing it in the right way. Trust me.
Where it was important for me to have you on the first episode of Throw Away the Keys, and just because there's a lot of times that, you know, you'll see stuff boiling in the city, you see different things happening and all that jazz, but like for anything to be going on, to be happening publicly, like there's a million and one things that's happening behind the scenes.
Right.
And I mean, of course, like you don't move alone, but I can like just speak to my own personal experience. Like a lot of times, like, you know, the wisdom that I be getting, the knowledge, like the insight, whatever, a lot of that like stems from you. And
Thank you.
I mean, I didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? When I first met you, you see what I'm saying? Like what your like role was like in the city, the type of stuff that you've done, the accomplishments that you've had or whatever. And like the more that I talk to you, it's like, oh yeah, you know, blah blah blah. And then I talk to other people, like talk to Sirius, talk to, you know, Soup or whatever. And be like, oh yeah, I remember back when I first met him, you know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And like you're really like a veteran out here. You
And
feel
it's
me?
crazy, and it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Word.
Because like, even with being a veteran and having that like insight, I guess not being born here have allowed me the opportunity to kind of also still be new.
Word.
I'm always meeting new people. I'm always meeting, you know, different crowds, new fans, new people like yourself. And you're not new, but like every generation, I'm just saying, with the generations that come through, you know, generation in hip hop is like every 2 to 3 years.
Word.
Arguably,
Yeah.
you know, what you was listening to as a freshman may not necessarily be what you're listening to as a senior.
That's a fact.
And so I say every 2 to 3 years, so you get to, you know, have that advantage to actually be a part of a new generation if you stay relevant, which is going to be the key word through a lot of this.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, even with that, I mean, part of the reason why we're recording this, making the video, and the reason why I wanted to make sure, even with the To the Drummer's Beat initially, because we first started it, you know, full disclosure, if you go back to episode 1, we're in our 90s right now. We're coming up on our 100th episode of To the Drummer's Beat.
That's powerful.
And episode 1, Burn, he this is how it all started. Honestly,
Talk to me.
I was like, yo, you know, what I mean, we got this chat. I ask a lot of questions. Cats always give me a hard time.
Real quick.
What's good?
Word on the street is,
Oh no,
it's that you're infamous for starting fucking chats.
oh my god,
It's like the word on the street is you'll be talking to Malcolm, and next thing you know, it's 15 niggas in that bitch. Like, who are these niggas? Random numbers. I heard you are the guy.
Oh man, who told you that?
Hey.
Oh,
I can't. I heard you're just infamous for starting chats. Is this true?
it is.
Okay.
I mean, the last time I counted,
You're infamous for giving other niggas numbers that they may not.
No. All right, let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Yo, who is this nigga?
It's not group text messages. It's in like Group Me, the app.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not like
Group Me.
Yeah, Group Me.
Niggas still use Group Me.
Yeah, I mean like I don't have an iPhone. Yeah, I feel like y'all shame people that don't have iPhones. It's like,
I do hate people that do that, but it is like industry standard. Like,
yeah, that's
when I was in the industry, you know, I mean, Blackberries was the standard. Like,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
When I was in the industry,
you know what I'm saying?
Soft flex, my God.
No, I'm just saying it depends on what industry we talk about.
That's
Blackberries was a standard in financing and hip hop. Like,
what I'm saying, man, is that I'm in a lot of chats.
All right, okay.
Last time I counted,
over or under 10.
10. Last time I counted was like 93.
God damn.
That was a couple years ago. But honestly, all right, you gotta be fair. I'm Greek. I'm young.
Are you giving me your resume?
I'm black. And I'm gifted. You see what I'm saying?
Oh shit! This nigga just gave me
I mean, like,
he gave me somebody Instagram motherfucking bio.
Like all of the Greek chats. So that's an easy 40. You see what I'm saying?
Information.
And my chapter, my line, my profiles,
right.
My old heads. You see, like that's 5 right there. Central Ohio Bros, Midwest Bros,
oh my God.
National Bros and K's, Bros and Reds, Bros and Zetas. You see what I'm saying? Like they add up. You feel me?
So we can't downsize 93 chats.
I'm not active in all of them. I'm active in probably like.
So you're a chat hoarder.
I'm not a chat hoarder. I mean, it's like when
93.
That's
chats,
crazy.
dog.
Man.
Yeah, say it out loud.
Oh,
the
man.
first step is recognizing you have a problem.
Oh man, is it a problem though?
I mean,
I like to think it's well connected.
Okay, all right.
Hey, honestly, I'm on whoever told you I'm in all these chats though. You see what I'm saying?
Like, I just heard on the streets that you like be whoring.
That's crazy.
Chat whoring. It's cool, bro.
But not it's dope though. It's wild because
I don't judge.
My favorite chat. To your point. So this is how everything started. Church on the drums or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Right.
People love to talk to me about music because I love music and I have good insights and stuff on it.
Okay.
Right? So I don't remember the album. It was like 2011. It was either 2011 or 2013.
Right.
It had to be 2013 because I was Greek. So it must have been Nothing Was the Same. And and like people was asking me on Twitter. People asking me on Facebook.
Is that a classic? Yes or no?
Yeah,
it is.
That's yo. You know what? This is.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to turn. I just real quick. I just wanted to give you 5 seconds. Like, is that
it's
a
classic? Yes.
Okay.
It's his best album. Can I say that? I don't know if it's a classic.
It's better than Take Care.
Yes. It's his most complete rap album. Yes.
Okay.
Take Care is bloated. If we're being honest.
Okay.
We'll revisit that. If we ever have you on To the Drummers Beat.
All right. Cool. I just wanted to ask you that real quick. My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah. People hit me up. They texted me. Facebook, Twitter, my Alpha chat, and like my Capital chat. Everybody wants to know what I think about this album, and I find myself I'm repeating the same stuff over and over again. You feel me?
Do you get lazy and just copy the shit?
Man, I was tired of saying the same
Yeah,
thing.
I feel you.
But I was like, this is stupid. Let me just bring everybody together and put them all in the same like group, and we can all talk about music together.
Okay.
Soup was in it at one point, and he left.
That sounds like some Soup shit.
He left after
for sure.
Magna Carta came out. Because everybody was shitting on it, and he was like, "Oh, y'all don't like Magna Carta? Y'all don't know music," and then he left.
Yeah, that sound like some shit. He slams the door.
You should like dead ass.
Take his ball and go home. That's my nigga.
But so we in the church on the drums and like whatever, blah blah blah. I'm young. I'm 25 now. At the time, I was like 22, 23 or whatever. So I'm coming up, and I don't really. Well, there's certain stuff I just don't remember. I was 4 in '96. You feel me? So
yeah.
like, I know I can respect the history, but I don't really understand it. So, I'll always hit a burn on the side, be like, yo, burn, whatever,
like,
blah,
burn,
blah, blah.
you an old ass nigga, so what's up?
Exactly.
That's what you say?
Because they would, like, chastise me. It's like, oh, you don't know flavor in your ear, or whatever, blah, blah. You said, it's like...
Craig Mack don't know flavor in your ear no more.
That's a fact. But, I mean, it's any... when we had Bo on the podcast, there was a Wu-Tang episode. You see what I'm saying? And I just didn't really... I wasn't familiar with all that type of shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
But, long story short, I got away from my initial point. The point is, To the Drums Beat started, we just talking about music history.
I got you.
Or whatever. And it's like, I wanted to cast a spotlight on the different people that were in the city, that were doing stuff in the city or whatever.
That's dope.
I wanted to hear their stories as well.
Absolutely.
Because really, that's the only thing that really makes the legends is the fact that people know their tales.
And it's more, and it's important.
Exactly.
I know I've had conversations with you about integrity. It's not just about, well, the first step is, identifying it. The second step would be like, spreading the word. And then, like you're doing, you're capturing a moment. You're documenting this now. Like
it's important.
We have an etch in history. We have etched our own kind of way in the fabric of history, right? And with a lot, technology and things of that nature, people could etch their way in history every fucking 3 seconds now. But that doesn't make this less important.
Exactly.
So keep that in mind. And I know we've had conversations about the integrity of it all, understanding that you don't know everything. Understanding that you want to learn.
Right.
Understanding that, that it's important for us to know, why is it important for Malcolm to be asking these questions and figuring this out.
Right.
So that's dope. That's dope.
So, I mean, really, that's what I'm here with you for, you know what I mean? To ask you questions on camera, you know what I mean?
Right,
on the record. Anything
it.
that you say can and will be used against you.
I'm sure.
And will likely be used against me. Hey, this is something that's been messing with me recently, frequently. Nah, people coming at and this, honestly, throw away the keys is not going to help this or whatever. My granddaddy came on Twitter the other day. He was like, I finally understand. Burn is Joe Budden and Malcolm is Academics.
Damn.
Yeah, they call me DJ Academics.
Did they take your fucking show though? Did they take the fucking...
Nah, dead ass. Like all right, so
low key.
Like, this is some behind the scenes stuff. Like, To the Drummer's Beat was supposed to be one of 3 podcasts. It's supposed to be To the Drummer's Beat. It's supposed to be Get the Fuck Out of Here with That Bullshit with this dude named Esco Says. He lives out in Jersey. Okay. And that was supposed to be a video podcast. You're going to record Skype. And everything like that.
Okay.
And the third was going to be Pulaski's and... I forget the other name. But I was just going to be...
flipping that keys, don't you?
Hey.
You going to throw that name in there somewhere.
It was Pulaski's and Philosophers or whatever. It was my homeboy. And we was just going to talk about, like, psychology and philosophy and like just our thoughts about life and everything.
Okay.
But I'm salty. Everyday Struggle came out, bruh.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I tune in every day.
You see, Everyday Struggle came out, and that was the exact same stuff that me and Esco was gonna be doing. We'll get the fuck out of here with them. It was gonna be GTFOHWBS or whatever. But
sound like our
future Wolfgang kill them all.
Kill them all and fuck them.
Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, shit happens.
Shit happens.
Yeah, somebody told me
you gotta be quicker than that.
Not dead ass. Just this past weekend, I was talking to one of the OGs, and he was saying, somebody, if you have an idea, you don't act on the idea. Somebody else has the same idea, and they go and act on it. Then that's just the universe telling you that you was moving too slow.
So I mean, I play no games with shit.
Who am I supposed to be mad at that point?
You feel man me? In the mirror.
Exactly. So I can't even be salty that Joe Budden and Academics got this same exact type thing that I wanted to do.
Was y'all gonna have a little chick between y'all to moderate?
I mean, on To the Drummer's Beat, and people ask you like, "Oh, y'all did that just because they got in the dust or whatever." Hey. And it's like it wasn't even nothing like that. When we had when we had Jordan on, when we had Leo on,
she's kind of awkward.
Nadeska, or are you talking about
Nadeska?
Are you talking about Storm? The Storm is our third co-host.
No. That's Storm. No, I'm talking about Nadeska.
Word.
She's a little awkward.
Yeah, Storm's not awkward. You know what I mean? She's from Brooklyn. Hey. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
she's not really from Brooklyn, but she got that New York attitude and everything. Yeah, but nah, man. All right, Yo, Darrio Lamont.
What's good?
I feel like I just learned like how to pronounce your name. Honestly,
you probably did. Yep. A lot of people just used to go. A lot of people still go by Fresh. Just call me Fresh.
Nigga, Fresh, that you used to be called Fresh?
Yeah, well, it started off as Dope. But listen, I done did the name.
Now, let's hear it, bro. Let's hear the whole
I done did
genealogy.
Dope Boy Fresh. I done did, like, just Dope Boy, then Just Fresh, then King Fresh, and then King Chip came out. And I said, we two husky niggas from Cleveland.
Right.
They ain't gonna really work like that.
Right.
So this is what I'm gonna do. Just using my goddamn name. And at the end of the day, it was a little bit of having the opportunity to just say, like, listen, like, I'm giving you an aspect of my life. Mm-hmm. You know, musically, I'm going to evolve. We should all evolve, just naturally. So, my name is Darrio Lamont. That's my name. And if I see another nigga named Darrio Lamont, we either fighting or until he show me his birth certificate.
I respect that. How long you been rapping for?
My whole life, literally. Like, Children's Story was the first rap I've ever rapped in my life. Slick Rick.
Yeah, I was about to say Slick Rick.
Yeah, my mother told me that. I don't recall that. See, my mom, she's young. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she grew up with hip hop, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my mother thought she was like the fourth member of Salt and Pepper. Like, right. In real life.
She probably was.
So, like, she had the door knockers, everything, you know, the stretch jeans, you know, and all that shit. So, you know, I used to walk around, you know, or be carried around the hood in, like, you know, Nikes and Kangos and chains and shit, like, with no shirt on and Pampers.
So
it's more than just, like, you know, like, I have a inwardly musical family. Like, we do stuff together, you know what I'm saying, musically, so that's kind of been my thing forever, like, forever. I can recall rapping before reading and shit, so, like, yeah, so I've been doing it forever. As far as my first solo album coming out, that came out, like, my senior year, like, right after my senior year at college, because I stopped rapping for, like, 4 years while I was in college, which was, like, the dumbest shit I've ever done in my life, because I was, like, I was in a frat, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I-5, you know what I mean? And the reality is, like, I was, like, you know, throwing parties, kicking it, like, why was I not doing music? I would only, like, rap when I was drunk, and we was, like, the night winding down, and he was like, hey, yo, we rapping, but you could rap for real, nigga. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. Like, I know, but I don't fuck that shit.
Right.
And then I had made a song and shit, on some joking shit called So Throwed. You know, that was kind of like around the time, like, with Paul Wall, Chameleonaire, you know, Mike Jones.
2005?
It was like around that time, a little bit later. Like, we took that shit seriously in Cleveland, by the way. Like, in high school, you know, I used to be at the Metropolis. Niggas in Cleveland know what the fuck the Metropolis is. It's a crazy-ass club where, like, 4,000 kids would be in that bitch going crazy, or the Sportsplex and shit like that. And Mike Jones and Paul Wall and Razak and the Chameleonaire, like, they used to drive from Texas all the way to Cleveland. I remember seeing Chameleonaire. He used to drive the trucks that had, like, niggas piss samples in it. He drove his company's truck to Cleveland and used to pass out their CDs to us directly. You know what I'm saying?
From Houston?
From Houston.
That's crazy.
That's called drive. That's what I knew, that niggas is not pushing for real. Like, I've seen hustle. If you're gonna drive from Texas to Cleveland once a month with hella CDs, selling the CDs to the fucking mom and pop shops and giving out little sample CDs, and it was so crazy because we would be at the clubs going crazy to their shit, tipping down and shit and all that different shit they used to do. Man, going crazy to the color changes click and all that shit, and they would be standing right at the bar and nobody know who the fuck they was.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I don't know what we was talking about, but
now I was asking how you started rapping. You said
but I've been doing it my whole life, man. Like, you understand, I went to a performing arts school, like our fucking I went to Cleveland School of the Arts, so I've been going there from kindergarten to 12th grade. Right. So, you know, like, our study halls would be like, oh, nigga, you want to battle? Nigga, hold up. Let me get my drummer, nigga. Let me get my nigga to play the bass. My nigga to play the keys. Like, we had a microphone. It was on a live stage. Maybe I didn't turn the lights. Yeah, go ahead.
You saying y'all set up a drummer A pianist.
Yeah, like we had
A bass player.
yeah, we had a live ass band. Our study halls used to be in our auditoriums. I would say, hey, we about to have a little battle going on in here. As long as we weren't fighting and shit, like they didn't care. Let's set up these lights. The lights would be turn them red. We about to battle. Like ain't no bright lights.
That
lights,
sounds crazy.
It's crazy. And like my study halls used to be 2 periods. So was that 2 45-minute periods? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
we in study hall having battles like the fucking 9th graders versus the 12th graders, the 10th graders versus the 11th graders, the girls versus the girls in the 10th grade. Like it used to be crazy with a full live band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy ass band, and then or if we was just freestyling, they would have like our singers so like sing hooks like "Move Bitch Get Out the Way" and 4-part harmonies and shit. And that's the hook, and then niggas start
like
going in with
fucking Disney like.
It was like my school was literally like fame. Like you would literally see people down the hallway singing, rapping, but hitting beats on lockers.
Yeah.
But when they get
like
crazy,
a fucking musical.
Yeah, I guess so. In real life.
That's dope though.
So. You know, when I came to Ohio State, I just didn't really know too many people. And the first person I met who did something with me, the first person who really gave me a beat, the dude named Law. So he was a capo, he was a cool dude from Chicago, but fuck the Cubs still. And then the person who I did like a full project
so
with.
unnecessary.
Yeah, it was. If he's listening, I gotta let him know fuck the Cubs. Tribe all day. But the first fucking project I did with somebody was with AU.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
full circle.
Yeah. And that was called Addicted to Money, ATM.
What year was that?
This was 2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, a lot of people. I'm being all the way 100 with you. What was the freestyle that you did last year?
Okay.
Say it again.
No, I'm listening to you. Was freestyle
that
I put out or what I
that you put out? There's a video for it.
Fuck your.
And it's playing in my head too.
Fuck your whole crew?
Nah, it wasn't Fuck Your Whole Crew. Before that.
Okay, I had a video for it.
I think so. I know
was it multiple people in the video?
Not. Oh shit! I don't
Hey, keep on.
20s, 50s, 100s.
All right, I did 20, 50, 100s. You know what I'm saying?
What year was that?
That was 2016. That was 2016. But as far as freestyle concerned, I know I did the Ghostface ice cream freestyle.
Nah, wasn't
I did the Shiznit freestyle.
It might have been the Shiznit. I think it was 20s, 50s, 100s though.
Okay, that was so much throughout.
Like that's when I really, because I didn't know anything about you.
No doubt.
I didn't know who you were. I didn't know any of that type of stuff. And I was listening to it. I was just trying to find as much as I could, whatever Columbus hip hop or whatever, blah blah blah. And like I think Trek was on either Trek or Super. Somebody sent it to me. And I was like, yo, like this nigga can actually like rap. You know what I mean? Like he's not. You know what I mean? Like flowing. Oh no, you were flowing. He wasn't just like pretending or.
I'm with the shits. Like so that's what I try to tell people. Like I'm with the shits. Like I'm. You gonna get some hood shit. You gonna get some quote unquote trap shit. You gonna get some.
Oh, we gonna talk about your trap
bars
music
and shit. You can talk about we can talk about whatever.
We're gonna talk about your trap music.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like I just think where I'm from, you just gotta know how to fucking rap. And I don't give a fuck what beat come on. I don't give a fuck about what it is, the content wise. Can you fucking rap, man?
Right.
Can you really fucking rap? And rapping to me is not just one section in time. And this is how all the niggas in New York was rapping from fucking 88 to 96. Like that's not the only way to fucking rap. Because during that time period, some niggas from Cleveland, Ohio, one being from Columbus, Ohio, that rap this way, and niggas was successful and they're legendary too. Then if you keep going further down south,
right?
Exactly, and you go further down south from that Midwest area, it was some niggas doing their motherfucking thing in Tennessee. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you got motherfucking 3-6 and all that shit. You got these motherfuckers. Then you got 8 Ball, MJ fucking G. Then you could go down south, right to the left. Then you go right, nigga. You still got motherfucking shit, niggas like Luke and shit like that going on. Drummer, Outkast, you got that shit going on. That was a different way to flow. So my thing is, and I could go to the other side. Then you got motherfucking, of course, UGK. Then you can keep going west, and then you got all the NWA and all that shit. I said all of that to say is that motherfuckers act like during a specific time, these are the only niggas that had bars, and you had to rap like this and do like this and talk like this with Timbs and fucking cold hard jackets on and fuck. Shut the fuck up, like shut the fuck up, dog.
Throw away the keys, man.
I'm just saying, it's like shut the fuck up, man. It's multiple ways to flow, and I just feel like it depends on the beat. If you can find your instrument throughout the beat, then find it and find the best one, and that's what I pride myself on.
How, like, if you had to compare your rapping style to anybody, like, all right, so you know, Fly Paper, we review Ultra, and
no doubt.
the guy that we had, you know, reviewing it, you know, he drew specific comparisons to, like, you know, I'm not going to say the name, I don't want to poison what
to
you
Rick
about
Ross,
to say.
go ahead.
All right, you said it.
That's
but,
cool.
But
we gonna be. Listen, we can't start hold on. We ain't gonna start your first episode with fucking like sub shit. Like we just put this shit out there.
I wanted to hear you. I wanted
right.
to hear what you was gonna say without me planting any ideas. That's
cool.
all.
It's cool.
But all right, so you know, drew comparisons to Rick Ross on the project right before that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you was in like all types of different pockets and everything like that. And really,
you
that's
talking about like New Trap City, doing like the 90s and shit.
Yeah, the 90s rapping and everything like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, even that project, I do want to talk about that too. It's like
your
inspiration and everything behind it. Yeah. But if just, you know, to nobody that never heard your music ever before,
right?
Like if you had to say like, this is what I sound like, and don't do the cliche rapper shit. I sound like Darrio Lamont. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like who would you say? Like, y'all, like, put me in this conversation, put me in this lane or whatever. Ideally, if you wanted to be compared to anybody.
I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, rap is created to not be... No, I'm trying to... I have to do this educational moment because we're on camera, right?
That's crazy.
So, like, rap is created for you to not... to want to sound like anyone. But if I tell you who my inspirations are...
All right, that's cool.
Are we gonna find this railroad in the middle?
I'm cool with that.
All right, my inspirations, Jay-Z.
All right. Wait, which Jay-Z?
Oh,
I heard somebody say on the podcast earlier this week that Jay-Z's had multiple primes or whatever, and I was like, yo,
and all of them,
true.
All of them are legends.
Cause he's the GOAT. But
exactly.
which Jay-Z?
All of them.
All
of them, like.
So the Jay-Z I fell in love with.
Listen, okay, so
I never put this on the record.
So I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you why I said when you said what you said, I'm gonna just say all of them.
Okay.
Because I don't know why niggas don't think that Jay-Z should evolve, but fuck them.
No,
anyway.
That's not what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah, go ahead.
All right, like I fell in love with Jay-Z. American Gangster Blueprint 3 Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You said like that was like as I was coming to age, that was the music that he was putting out at the time, and it spoke to me. You see what I'm saying?
And that's a fucking victory in itself.
Right.
That he was out for 10
years. Some people say that that's the worst Jay-Z out there.
And they're liars.
They are liars.
They don't know fucking shit about shit.
I agree. But I mean, of course, like
some of his best writing prior to 444 actually might have came on
American Gangster.
It was on American Gangster.
That's his second best album to me.
That's up there. It's in the top 3 for me.
Me too.
Personally.
444 American Gangster. Reasonable Doubt for me.
I gotta let 444 sit for a second. Let that bitch
I
cook.
I don't need
That's cool. But I'm gonna let that bitch cook. But
Burn calls me a serial reacher.
Serial. listen. I understand. Listen. Like the way he was flowing on what's that joint called? What's the second joint?
Second album?
What's the second joint on 444?
Oh, OJ Story?
Nah, after that, the one right after that.
Smile.
His second verse on Smile
is
out of control.
It's crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
Right? But let's just be clear, like where I grew up in Cleveland and shit, it was hustlers. It was just all hustlers and different shit. But you was like different kind of hustlers. You was like Nas kind of hustlers, or you was Jay-Z kind of hustlers and shit. And I remember this particular time period, like 96-ish, you know what I'm saying? I just recall, like, the mafioso, cool motherfuckers.
Reasonable Doubt.
And the Lexus, Reasonable Doubt. That's what they Reasonable Doubt, you understand what I'm saying? The other hustlers with the fucking Cartiers, and they got the fucking high top forces and shit with the strap on the back, or they got the Timbs and they got the motherfucking olive green army jacket and shit by the fucking Rex, and they Nas, bro. But no, it's not. Not really, bro. It's really not because
Right,
niggas doing this shit right now.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
I'm
like,
saying, nigga, I can't say I remember back in '97 when they was doing this shit.
Oh no, I'm yeah, but I'm just
watching
giving.
Space Jam
So
in '97
okay,
for the record.
but you heard of it. But you heard Matic, right?
Yeah.
You heard it was written, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so I'm trying to just paint the pictures. You got the two different kinds. So you know, I naturally gravitated towards the Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that, and the reason why is because it's braggadocious.
Yeah.
It still give you insight and intel on things you probably never fucking heard about. You know what I'm saying? You still got to look up shit. I always thought it was great that he was able to give you bars and style.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rappers. Fuck it. You said the fucking Wu-Tang fucking listen, Inspector Deck on fucking the Wu-Tang joint that everybody love, like that shit. That verse is incredible. That's probably the hardest Wu-Tang verse ever, like in the history of Wu-Tangism, whatever niggas want to call themselves and shit. But listen, like, if you can't make it a good song, I don't give a fuck if you talking about like you got the fucking cure to HIV in your verse, nigga. Jesus. I don't give a fuck what it is. If it's not a good song, I don't give a fuck about the verse, and that's how I prided myself. I gotta be able to make great songs.
Make people care about what you say.
Exactly. It doesn't matter about what you're just saying. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you just saying a bunch of crazy ass acrobatic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to flow. Rick Ross, I fuck with Rick Ross tough. I definitely do. I think he's underrated as just being a rapper.
Ever since Mafia Music, that's when I became a Rick Ross fan.
I became, yeah. I say...
That's the same time I fell in love with Jay-Z.
Deeper Than Rap was the album.
That's what I'm going to say, Deeper Than Rap.
Deeper Than Rap was
Mafia Music was on the album.
Yep. And the way he flowed on Teflon Don, and the way he flowed on Black Dollar, and the way he flowed... Me and Soup were just having this conversation today, and niggas could get mad. Santorini Grease is still the best song that came out this year.
Nah, you crazy.
It's better than every song on 444. I put that bitch on in the morning. Nigga, what?
Honestly, can I be honest?
Can
I be honest on Throw Away the Keys?
Go ahead.
So, alright, so in the Church on the Drums, you feel me, a couple years ago.
All right.
You know what I mean? Cats was talking slick because I'm a shit talker, you feel me? So,
Gotcha.
a lot of people, they be rebelling against that or whatever.
No
so
doubt.
I ain't like what they were saying to me, so I made some diss records. So I say I diss some people.
Wow.
Yeah. And I record, and honestly, like, if I'm being, like, to what you were saying about Inspector Deck and, like, you're killing the verse or whatever, the cure to HIV, but if it's not a good song or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, the bars in the joint, this is how I did. I put it out, put it on SoundCloud, whatever. There's a private page on Flypaper, all that type of stuff.
Oh, wow.
I put the password in there. It's just for Church on the Drums, so I wanted everybody to be able to hear it, and then I also wanted them to be able to read the lyrics or whatever. Okay. Most people just listen to it, and my flow is awful on it. It's god awful. I'm not a rapper. Exactly. I'm a poet. I'm not a rapper. Okay. But some of the people that went through and they read the lyrics and they was reading it, it's like, this is kind of hard or whatever. Like he was actually saying so. Like, if only he could just rap on beat. Then like, but all that to say, like, I was listening to Santorini Grease, and like, yeah, I'll just say F it, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't saying nothing, but I just, like, the flow and everything going, it's contagious. It makes you want to rap. You feel me?
That's what I like about Rick Ross, and that's why I brought his name up. Jay-Z Jay-Z was like, all right, this is the top, right?
Yeah.
What I liked about Rick Ross is that in all situations, he's been the underdog, and he's still here. He's had he had like career-changing events that happened in his life, and he's still here.
Yeah.
His flow pattern is fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It was a time period like when fucking Devil in the Blue Dress came out, and he came out with Rich Forever, and he had Albert Anastasia. And niggas like Drake was like, this nigga's the best nigga rapping right now in the world.
Incorrect, but
that he said, but he said
it, but yeah,
but
like he was good enough for somebody to say that. This is the best.
I mean, that's the thing about it. You saying incorrect, but the niggas you look up to, is saying it.
Hov
So that's my life.
But
listen, yes, Hov said you one of the best niggas rapping.
One of the best, but you're not the best. That's what I'm saying. Like Rick Ross can never be the best.
Why?
Rick Ross can never be the best.
Why?
Hov is living and breathing.
Why though?
Because like
why?
Just
so okay. So Usain Bolt is gonna go down as the best sprinter ever.
The fastest. And until somebody runs faster than him.
So there's a difference between the fastest and the best, and all they doing is trying to race to get to the end.
Okay.
He doesn't do anything different. Than run from point A to point B. So there's something different. All right, I just want to make sure we just
I mean, but just because.
But like when he started declining, he's still going to be the greatest to ever do it until somebody start reaching the accolades and breaking the records that he's done. But let's just be clear. Yes, Jay-Z is the greatest of all time. No, he's not the best rapper right now. Let's be absolutely clear.
And you feel like Rick Ross is?
No, I'm not saying that either.
Well, who is?
No, I'm talking about during that time period. I'm saying who was.
At that point. Who's right now? He's like Darrio Lamont.
I mean, right now you would just it's a fucking two rat race. It's Kendrick and Drake right now, kinda. But as far as rapping ability, Drake rapping ability has taken a decline.
It has. That's why I said nothing was the same as the best rapping album. Yeah. Actually, I take that back a little bit. If you read this too late, nothing was the same. I can't wait to talk to you about that to the German speed.
No problem. We will, man. But like I said, okay, just real quick, just to answer your question, it's Jay-Z, it's Rick Ross. I give a lot of. I used to listen to Eminem a lot, but then I started recognizing the songs didn't matter to me. Yeah. Lyrical acrobat, like he's fucking amazing. Songs didn't matter. Pac for being a polarizing and let me say this, people underrate Pac as a lyricist and all this shit and like let's just be all the way clear about something. One of the hardest things in life to do is to just get to your fucking point clear directly the first time I say that shit. I don't need to say this 80 different ways for you to get the point and for you to feel the message. One of the hardest diss records to ever fucking be created was by Tupac.
Which one? Hit 'em Up or? I felt like it wasn't gonna be Hit 'em Up.
No, it's not Hit 'em Up. That's cool, but Against All Odds, last joint, 21 Gun, yeah, Against All Odds. That was the hardest one to me. And then Snoop freestyle ability was fucking impeccable.
That inspired you. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is all that shit that inspired me.
I'm surprised you ain't saying no South rappers.
I didn't.
You said Rick Ross.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're talking about South rappers. I mean, I had all them different color cases and shit when No Limit was dropping. You know what I'm saying?
I can see No Limit inspiring you, even if like you don't rap like them because you rap way better.
Yeah,
but just like the hustle,
yeah,
grind
of
and
course.
everything.
Like that shit was amazing. But I think niggas shit on Lil Wayne's legacy a little bit too much for me too.
Who?
I'm just speaking about like people in general. Like you got like the time periods. In the time period it was him and Kanye. Yes, Kanye has better bodies of work. Yeah. Lil Wayne had to drive in the crazy ass bars and fucking the endurance for multiple 100 mixtapes in a year and fucking just jumping out of the fucking roof with his lyrics and shit. I mean, it was amazing. He fucking after 50 Cent killed the freestyle and mixtape game, he came in and like when Lil Wayne jumped on Sky Is the Limits and jumped on these different, they're his songs now. Yeah. The Sierra
King
joint.
Kong.
Niggas ain't even listen to the Sierra shit. Promise no more. When he jumped on that shit, when top back, let's do it. No Ceilings is actually his best mixtape in my personal opinion. I know niggas like the dedication and shit. The No Ceilings, the first
that's not a Gucci song.
These songs aren't their songs anymore. Gucci Man inspired me too, by the way. Trap Lord. Like if you go to like it's still a cult in Cleveland right now that people in my age bracket, yeah. But with Gucci Man, you can't tell them shit.
That's true.
Gucci Man. But those are just to name a few. Andre 3000.
So I want to talk about like some of your most recent albums and everything.
Absolutely.
All right, so I came into your career or whatever, like with a Trap Love Supreme?
2006, February 26th, the day of my birthday. I dropped it on my birthday.
Really?
Yep.
That came out in 2006?
Yep. 16. I'm sorry, 2016. I'm sorry.
I was like, that's
2016 on my birthday. Yep.
Nah.
I dropped 4 projects in like 13 months. You gotta forgive me.
That's a fact. I listen to all of them too.
Thank you.
Now you got the joint on there. I tweet it to you all the time.
Swear
or whatever.
to God.
Yeah, it makes me want to run through a fucking wall. You said, look, I'm a pacifist or whatever. Like I be here, I chill with my DJ. They downstairs or whatever. And like, you know, I put this on. We just both be like, it'll be like, you know, 2:00 on a Sunday or whatever.
No doubt.
So God, it's like just the way you build on the shit. But like, just the whole. I've never asked you like, what were you thinking when you created that Trap Love Supreme? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like all of the joints or whatever.
All right.
Because you talk about a lot of content and everything
Yeah.
on there. And I mean, you know, the question that everybody asks anytime you talk about trapping or anything like that, it's like, yo, so. I mean, that's like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Is it? You mean like it's like a cliche?
Yeah, I don't want to say cliche or whatever. It's just like, what went into you like making it, telling those stories?
Okay. Well, Trap Love Supreme, basically, where the name came from, John Coltrane's Love Supreme album. That's something that I listen to. And people wouldn't expect for me to listen to. But, like, you know, I have a minor in African American music history.
Yeah.
So, yeah, John Coltrane. So, what I wanted to do was, like, yo, like, the way he played this shit's gonna sound so fucking nerdy. Oh my god. The way my nigga played the sax, they said he was just like he was having the Holy Ghost spirit flowing through, doing everything wrong, making it sound so right. As far as his aesthetic, as far as like the theory of like he changed, like he literally, whether it was off of just his musical talents, his creativity, any spirits that he was using at the time, he literally changed what fucking jazz was every time he came out with a project. And they say like that one was like the one where he just really changed the scope of jazz. And the flow and his patterns, you know, if you listen to a Trap Love Supreme, the first song is called Salute. I changed my flow patterns. I was changing my flow patterns mid. I went from, like, some people like a rap for 4 bars in one way, then they switch it up when the beat switch up. Like, you know, that's dope and that's cool. I was kind of changing flow patterns mid, like, syllable of a word to switch up the whole flow to catch it in between ways that different people wasn't catching it at the time. And so, you know, with Swear to God, really, like, a lot of my songs come from conversations. You know, I hear you say, swear to God, like I got a homie, like, he's like, I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God, and we laugh about that shit. So I'm like, I want to make that a song because I come from, you know, ciphers and freestyling still. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of people, you know, when they make records, it's like, all right, so I want to say this, and they're so determined to do that one thing on the record that the song is not good. You know, if I'm able to joke around with it and play with it and finesse it a little bit, I'm about to make that a whole song like that. So that's where the God came from.
Word.
And but the truth is, all the songs on the Trap Love Supreme came from Soup had like a mentor-mentee relationship, have had a mentor-mentee relationship with Timbaland. So he was sending Timbaland, you know, beats back and forth via email, you know, and Timbaland was just like, dope, one word, this, you know, fire emoji, whatever. And I remember this was the day of the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, you know what I'm saying? So he sent him a song called, what's the name? Maine, that I came out with, Maine. And Timbaland reached back out with like 80 fucking fire emojis. Who the fuck is this dude? What the fuck is going on? Why you ain't been sending me his music and shit like that? In the meantime, I'm up here just moving my shit out my house, like You know what I'm saying? Moving like by myself, mad as fuck. Like, why ain't nobody help me move? Mad as fuck. So I'm moving shit, and the Soup called me because he was moving at the time because he couldn't help me because he's moving his goddamn self. Yeah. And he's like, bro, Timbaland wants to fucking talk to us. And we got on a whole like 4-hour conversation. Yeah, we had a 4-hour conversation with Timbaland. Then like it was like about that shit probably ended like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Cause like people don't even know that Timbaland likes to be in Miami. Have like it's not a tour bus, but like a tour bus to go to the different clubs, listen to music, get inspired, go right on the bus, right there in the parking lot, try to make a beat, and move to the next club and shit. So he was in the middle of doing that shit, talking to us and shit, and like me and Soup met downtown, went to like one of the parking lots downtown, cracked over and opened a bottle of Moet, and we just drank. And from that day forward, in like 6 days, I made every song that you heard on the Trap Love Supreme. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we ascended into Timbaland and shit like that. Good fact about that is that, you know, not too much really worked out for it, you know, but it was a great learning experience. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was dealing, like, little unbeknownst to us, he was dealing with Bryson Tiller and Tink at the time. Totally understandable. Like, they was in Miami with him and shit. With him and shit. So, you know, one of the trials of being fucking 1,500 miles away and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Being in Columbus, Ohio, while you were in Miami. So I made all those songs from that conversation.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you thought you was just gonna let that one off and shit.
No, say nothing to you. Nah, I fucking love Columbus, Ohio. I'm just saying, but you know, if you ain't where they at, sometimes it's harder to keep the attention.
Word. So, and then, I mean, your most recent, you see what I'm saying?
All true.
All right, I feel like we should talk a little bit about Black Lights and stuff too.
All right, so Black Light, it's a crazy story about that. You know, it was actually my brother Sharon's birthday weekend, and he had we was trying to get in contact with him. We had a surprise for him. The surprise was that, you know, Soup created some beats that he was inspired by from listening to the Tribe album. Okay. And then it's like about 6-7 beats that he made like in a night. You know? And then the next night we like, yo, we about to for Ness' birthday, we just gonna give him most of these songs as a birthday gift to come out with a project. Like, fuck it, let's just work. I'm gonna make the beat, Darrio, you gonna co-executive produce the project, and we gonna do it like this. We gonna have everybody in Magna involved. Boom. So we like, all right, cool, we excited and shit. Ohio State had a game that Saturday. They were supposed to come through. Nobody came through. Everybody was supposed to meet us at the studio. Nobody met us. And we like, fuck, we so excited because it was a surprise. And I understood because it was his birthday. Everybody's pulling them different ways. You know what I'm saying? So we just sitting there with a bottle of Jameson. And he like, bro, it's just me and you. Fuck it. I'm like, say no more. Right. Man, and I rapped and I wrote, recorded, and arranged all the songs off Black Light in like 7 hours. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that to flaunt. I'm saying that that's how engaging the production was on that album. I really feel like that's one of my most fun albums.
It's fun to listen to.
It's definitely fun.
It's one of my favorite like projects or whatever from the Ohio area, just to like pregame to, or like
exactly
that's to go out and turn up to.
Salute to you, man, because you know I did have one criticism from that project that people was like, oh, I mean, I understand, you know, but you got a song called Bitches Going and you saying bitches going. Yeah. And it feel good, don't it? And I told him, like, listen, well, first of all, you shouldn't have turned this album on with your baby in the car.
Yeah, I made that mistake.
On your way to fucking church. Like, yo, you know, like,
I mean, the cover is like, you know what I mean? It's Black Lights
it's bending over and
cheeks.
Yeah, dog. Listen, it was all about.
I made the mistake.
It's hookahs, Jameson, Hennessy, whatever your personal choice is, Black Lights, and dope music. Yeah. That's what the premise for that project was for. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you that's what you're going to get when you hear it. So that was that. After that, I did New Trap City. Right. New Trap City. And really I did that in like about 2 days too. Like, I don't.
You did that in 2 days?
Like the thing, and I wrote them all in like 2 days. And
New Trap City, it might be my favorite project for me.
Thank you, man. And the thing about it is like, with New Trap City really came about because everybody in Magna was supposed to drop around the same time, week to week to week. And one could argue that some of the sonically sounds that me, once again, it goes back to Ness, and Ness, it could be similar. You know what I'm saying? So if we're dropping songs every week, it's like you know what I'm saying. We want to give you something different, and then I've gotten criticism before. Like I just was like, motherfuckers, don't get it fucked up. Like don't get this me making new Trap City. I mean Trap Love Supreme and making these records that can get played in the radio, get played in the club, and they do get played in the club. Don't think that I can't fucking turn around and give y'all bars.
And that's what I like so much about that project is that you're rapping on it from like if, anytime somebody want to know, it's like, yo, all right, all right, play me something or whatever. That's the part. Well, before Ultra came out, that was a project that I turned to or whatever. Because I just feel like the bars on it is crazy.
Thank you, man.
And I mean that's where you was like really in your bag or whatever. Like as far as going back to that period of time and everything too.
Absolutely.
Like, what was you thinking?
I was thinking like, how can I make this authentic but make it relevant?
Okay.
Once again, I told you, I hate a bunch of bars with it doesn't take me nowhere. I hate, and then on the flip side, I hate dope ass beats where nothing, niggas ain't really saying shit on it either. Yeah. I like to live between the middle of the two. Okay. So, shit. Like y'all think this person? It was. How can like? Oh, you thought that rapper? Like you think this nigga in the city is only niggas with lyrics? Y'all think this person is the only person that can rap? Y'all, all right, let me give y'all some real shit. And then on top of that, I'm gonna make you feel like it. Like fuck your whole crew. Grand Pooh be. You know what I'm saying? And what I end up doing with that is I gave like a Biggie type of flow. Yeah. To it, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted you to feel and I listen to all that shit. Like I do. I enjoy that shit. I just feel like music. People don't let hip hop have a time and place. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was a time and place for fucking NWA. Then it was a time and place for fucking Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. Mm-hmm. It was a time and place for Tribe. Then it was a time and place for whoever. You know what I'm saying? DMX or going forward like DMX, and you could listen to motherfucking Bone. You could listen to Nelly. Like it was a time and place for all these things to coexist. So with New Trap City, I'm like, I'm about to give y'all bars. I'm about to have fun. From rapping on, like I said, Ghostface shit to rapping over You're the One by Toto. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's your favorite joint off of there?
My favorite joint.
Or the joint that if somebody wants to know, like from all these projects that we're talking about, like, all right, what's the song if they need to listen to it? What song do they go to?
Vintage Lofts from a Trap Love Supreme. I give you different aspects of who I am. I like from Ultra, we started tapping into that. Now Ultra was basically the culmination of all of those. Okay. So when I'm giving you like the first joint and shit, new friends and shit, like if I want you to feel like we grooving, I'm just giving you a backstory about watch the people around you, and then I got an interlude where I'm coming off like on some old Ghostface type shit on the interlude. Switch that into a more harmonizing song where it's a feel good song with FU Money. Then we could flip that. Exactly. Then we flip that going into the second interlude, and that's giving you more of like the Santorini Grease feel. You know what I'm saying? It's giving you that kind of like cool, laid back, drop top, be riding type shit. Mm-hmm. Then I flip that to Make It Last Forever, Keep Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Sample, and I'm giving you kind of this is like about my family. This is kind of the person I want my legacy to live forever. Maybe kind of like a Nipsey Hussle kind of flow, or on Crenshaw, or like that kind of feel. Then I flip it to like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I give you some trap shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'll just give you the combination of all. Like I feel like Ultra would tell the story of like the different things that I love and influence, and truthfully, like I pride myself on being a songwriter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I love to rap. You know, I love to give you bars and shit. Love hopping in ciphers and letting niggas know what time it is. And I love to be like, yeah, but I got good songs, nigga.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't feel like you are an artist if you can't make good songs.
Right.
You could be a creative. You could be a rapper. You could give niggas bars. You could be an MC. That's all dope. Can you create good music in the process?
Right. So, I mean, highlight song then off of Ultra then.
Highlight song off of Ultra. Make It Last.
Make It Last?
Make It Last. And, shit. I like a lot of it. And Fuck You Money. And then, New Friends.
I think my favorite off of that is William Roberts.
You like that? You
Yeah.
like William Roberts?
I love him, man. Yeah, that's my joke.
All right, so with that being said, that's like a internal joke. Because like how you was like, oh, he can never be the best, right? He can, like, motherfuckers shit on Rick Ross so hard. That was like a homage, you know?
Okay.
And that's not even me knowing that his project was going to be dropping the same day that my
Yeah,
shit
that
dropped.
was crazy.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, we joked around with it, like, you know, like, all right, I'm about to do a record and shit. And I'm like, let me see if I could do a modern version of Every Day I'm Hustling,
Yeah.
but more with a serious bravado behind it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, man, shit, you should call that shit William Roberts.
Oh, I
you know what I'm
see
saying?
what you're
You know what I'll call it? Like, I will. Like, because
Yeah.
the flow was clearly influenced.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You ever, like, hear people, like, say that you doing, like, the Game Chameleon type shit?
And if
Not how you feel about that.
I don't, oh, shit.
Throw away the keys.
Yeah. How I feel about it is, I mean, okay, cool. Did I do a good job? Did I really make you feel like Biggie low key was like in my spirit when I did this verse?
Okay.
Did I really make you feel like you heard a little bit 3K when I did this line like this? Did you hear some Ross that made you feel like that? All right, cool. So
Yeah.
and we can
So
take
you
the
cool.
we can take that critique from there.
So
know
you
what I'm saying?
cool with somebody saying
That I have that ability to do
yeah,
it?
that you have that ability.
I want, yeah, that, but it doesn't, like, as long as they're not saying that's what defines me.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
as long as they're saying that's not, like, I feel like people felt like Gang was using a lot of that as gimmicks.
Okay.
You know what I'm
That's fair.
saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to become a gimmick. I personally feel like, yo, I was able to embody the essence of what, and then that's why if I didn't want to pay homage, to these people, I wouldn't have named the song after the nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would draw less attention to
Yeah.
who was for. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Shit, like, I probably wouldn't never say, like, I need a bitch like Hillary Clinton. I ain't fibbing. Another bitch give me head and she ain't tripping. She ain't flipping. Champagne. That's some Biggie shit. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say I want fucking Hillary Clinton. But that's some shit Biggie would say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's paying that homage. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
that's why
Word.
I'm cool with that.
I'm sorry, like we were running down on time or whatever.
Understood.
And I haven't even gotten a chance to ask you nothing about
We
Magna.
talked about a
and
lot of
everything.
shit. Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, man.
Cram session, real quick.
Yeah, please.
Magna, the Magna Media Group. It derived from the original chief execs or exec gang.
Word. Which is my very first. I don't even know if I want to say this on camera. If you can't, don't go try and find it. But like the first music video I've ever been in, like my first like association with any type of hip hop at all.
Hey.
Honestly, they got me as a gift with them. It came from yeah, I'm a gift, bro.
Hey, you made it.
Nah, it's all bad. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, send that shit. Hey, I'm not gonna post it, but send that shit. Wait.
Somebody just used it today. Like,
Oh man.
yeah, but that was Turn My Mic On Track Manifest or whatever back in Chief
Okay.
Execs and everything.
Okay, Chief Exec. All right, yeah. During that time period, I was with a group called Luxury League.
Word.
Young World Music and Sell Out Vision and C10. So basically, we was all seeing each other on the circuit, doing our own things.
Yeah.
I actually joined Exec Gang. Ness was the last person to join Exec Gang. And with the different things that Shrek does and the different things that we were evolving, the way me and Demetrius Soup relationship was building at that time, we just let's evolve. Like it's always a Zet gang. Fuck it. But let's evolve a little bit and, you know, move from record label because it's a different niggas like, oh, we got a label, but they don't have no money, so you're not a fucking label. Y'all a click, like with an LLC or some shit or whatever. So we decided to like put our energies and our resources together and create a management company.
Okay.
That focus on handling the business that the artists, the creative, that whatever they generate, and help them navigate through that and turn that into more entrepreneurial opportunities for themselves.
Right.
And using things that we have in multimedia, using the business sense and savvy that we have, and the connections, you know, we all brought that to the table, and we created the Magna Media Group.
Word. So, I mean, I know we got some write-ups on Magna Media, on Fly Paper Magazine. You can definitely read more. And we're definitely going to do a lot more media like this, too.
Absolutely.
Telling more stories about Columbus, like, as a whole. You know, get more into, like, some history and all that jazz. I definitely appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you having me on that first episode, man.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, we're going to talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I definitely appreciate being on this.
You got to get you into the drummer's breed, too, man.
No doubt. Whenever you need me. Hey, and first of all, congratulations on this endeavor. This is going to be one of many for you. So, you know, keep that future bright, G.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's what you said, where the keys open doors.
Keys open doors. No doubt, baby.
Thanks, Doc.